Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another review, and today is the return of the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam. Now, this right here is the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam that includes the Raijin Striker pack, which is a take on a Striker pack we would have seen before with the Lightning Strike Gundam. Anyways, you can tell from that box right there in that monochromatic blue, this is a premium Bandai exclusive only, and this came out a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago, so if you find it hard to grab one for yourself, you will always find one over on BUYEE. That is where I got mine, and as usual, I will throw a link down there in the description. Now let's get into it. Now, before I say a single word about this kit right here, I will mention that there is multiple ways to do this. Well, two ways to do this. This comes as a standalone Striker pack, which is the Raijin Striker pack, which you can buy for on your current Master Grade Eclipse Gundam. Or you can run out and get a Master Grade Eclipse Gundam to go with the Premium Bandai pack. Or you can get what I have right here, which is a combination pack including both an Eclipse Gundam and the Raijin backpack. Now, these combinations aren't exactly the same, so inside this box we do get a whole bunch of plastic, and for the vast majority of it, it is the Eclipse Gundam we would have seen before, and then we have the Striker pack, which is a combination of the Master Grade Lightning Striker pack, which was a Premium Bandai exclusive pack for using with the Strike Gundam. It's the same tech in universe, but it has been changed around to match with the absolutely mind-bendingly awesome Eclipse Gundam. But to answer the most important question here, if you buy this all-inclusive box, is it the same as buying them both separately? And as far as I can see, the answer is no, because the Eclipse Gundam included in this box is a slightly different color combination. Now, as far as I know, sadly I do not have my Eclipse Gundam right now in order to compare with this, but as far as I remember, the Eclipse Gundam was blue, as in, it was white, red, with blue on it. This has a purple, well, somewhere between blue and purple. Blurple, if you will. So the Eclipse itself is a little different. As for the Striker, it is an extremely nicely designed Striker pack. It's absolutely huge. The build of this will take you almost the time it would take to build a Master Grade in and of itself. And when you finally pop it together, what you get is one crazy, huge, big backpack. And I guess, let's check them out. Jumping now into the aesthetics, and we're starting off with the Eclipse Gundam itself. Like I mentioned, this is exactly physically the exact same suit we would have seen quite a while ago, but the shade of blue at least is a different color in here. As for the red and the yellow, I'm not necessarily sure. Actually, if you've got them both on hand right now, drop it in the comments. Are they the same color across the board besides the purple, or is there some differences? Let me know and I'll pin it. So when it comes to the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam, it's a jaw-dropper without a doubt. It's one hell of an advanced Master Grade kit. It's based somewhat on the Freedom 2.0, and it packs in a full transformation. On top of that, it looks phenomenal, color-separated eyes, layers, panel lines, color separation, the works. This thing is absolutely nuts. But yeah, essentially it is exactly the same Eclipse Gundam we would have seen the last time, so if you want to know more about the actual Eclipse itself, you can check out that review. So if you want to know about the general aesthetics, the different weapons that it comes with, which are also included inside of this box with this kit, and the articulation and the transformation, then you can check out that video. For now, I'm going to be checking out mainly the Raijin Striker that comes included with this particular kit. So moving on to that being the accessories. So now jumping into the accessories, and one thing that this kit has is an absolute ton of extras. This is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. So we get everything we would have seen with the Master Grade Eclipse, the standard release, which is the over-the-top weapons, including the bracer from the back of the arm with the beam effects. Like I mentioned, I won't be taking a look at these in this particular video, but these are absolutely awesome, and I recommend checking out the Eclipse review just to see what this thing can do. We also have those over-the-top beam sabers. Once again, these look phenomenal once they are attached. They can attach then into the scabbards, which are the side-skirting armor, making them into rifles. So this has a very nice, almost combining effect to a lot of its weapons. Pretty cool. When it came to the standard Master Grade Eclipse and this one right here, compatibility really is what Bandai was going for. So this kit does include the standard swappable style fingers we would have seen across the Master Grade Seed line. So everything from the Master Grade Freedom 2.0, the Master Grade Strike Remaster, Blitz, Jewel, and Aegis, all of those weapons and equipment you would have got with those would be compatible with this right here, because those all use these same fingers. And what really makes this kit ridiculously compatible with other Master Grade seed kits are these things right here, which are little adapters for around on the back. This kit has the most pack compatibility from any Master Grade seed kit. So pretty much all of the Master Grade backpacks will fit on this as long as they fit into certain subcategories. The subcategories being striker packs with the standard slot adapter, so most of, if not all of those, will fit onto this particular kit. Then we have some adapters so you can use wizard packs that we would have seen with the Zaku's. So all of that will fit onto this kit too. And finally, we do have some adapters for using with the impulse packs. Or should I say the silhouette packs that are used with the Master Grade Impulse kits. I only had the one of these, I really need to catch up on the other two, but that does mean those are compatible with this kit too, making it super, super compatible. On top of that then, we do have not one, but two full action bases. These are those large action bases without the screws, so like an action base, is it one or two from way back when, but without the screws. These are very, very handy, very nice, and cannot be bought separately. These only come in select 1/100 kits. Not available separately, so these are an awesome get, especially if you get two. Lastly then, here we do have some stickers. That is just for the eyes and the head cameras if you choose to use them. I didn't use the eyes because they're already color accurate and nice clear, but if you want them to catch the light a little bit better, you can use these stickers. Finally then, we do have a big old sheet of water slide decals. I'm super bummed I didn't actually have the spare time to actually slap these on because these are some nice designs. I like the subdued gray and the red combo with the white. They all look really, really nice, and I'd say they'd match this kit very nicely once it's panel lined up and top coated. Anyway, what the main event is today is that Raijin Striker pack that is included in here, so let's check that out. So first up, when it does come to the Raijin Striker pack, I was like, well, what exactly is this? Because, well, this isn't from an anime or anything like that, so you may not know. I definitely didn't, so let's head on over to the manual right here. The Lightning Striker, by the way, I'm going to interject here, that's the one that came with the Lightning Strike Gundam. It looks like this right here. But what it says is the Lightning was developed by the Earth Alliance and was eventually completed by Orb. The Raijin was a version of the Lightning that was redesigned to obtain the ability of autonomous flight. Its functions were also changed, and the Lightning's armaments that specialized in firing ultra-long-range projectiles were deemed unnecessary for Eclipse, a mobile suit capable of high-speed flight, and were replaced with high-power beam weapons. Its increased thrust enhances the basic abilities of the Eclipse, which is a mobile suit with a flight mode. The large-capacity battery pack was especially a valuable addition since the mobile suit consumed a large amount of power. The head unit strengthens the sensor system when in use, in conjunction with the composite pods attached to the left and the right sides of the unit. This also has what's referred to as a overdrive mode. Basically, it says here, this is a feature that was also adopted by the Lightning. The unit's thrust can be instantly increased when the boosters are fully deployed, however, it can only be used for a short period of time since it inflicts a heavy burden on the mobile suit and its pilot. So basically, it's something similar to what the Unicorn does, or like Super Saiyan, or something similar like that. A very short-term boost to the power. Lastly then, these big old weapons on the front of this unit are referred to as the Type 71XX Bending Beam Cannon. And what it says about these is, these are the main armaments of this unit. They are large beam weapons capable of bending their trajectory by utilizing a large high-performance battery and Mirage colloid containment abilities. However, their actual abilities fall short of those shown in their design specs. They are experimental weapons under development, and the XX in their model number are temporary placeholders. So they're big, but they're not as great as they're meant to be. So finally, when it comes to actually attaching the Raijin Striker onto the Eclipse right here, it's pretty simple. This is a very nice striker pack right here, so it does have a bit of a transformation to it. Like I mentioned already, we do have the overdrive mode, which you can actually open out the engines round back, flip out some little flaps on the very rear thruster, but attaching this on is a lot of fun. First off, you need to remove this segment here, which is for attaching onto the front of the Eclipse's face. Move this arm segment all the way back, and now the best part is those massive cannons. First off, you move them down and unlock them out of position. They move all the way around back, and then you just spin them into position. These are some heavy-duty arms with some heavy-duty weaponry on them, and it all works out perfectly. Then it just slots into an average striker pack slot in the back of Eclipse, pop on that almost like face V-fin and absolutely UV reactive yellow. I assume it's UV reactive yellow. That is one ultraviolet neon yellow right there. Now, I will mention before I get sidetracked here, that a lot of this is based on the Lightning Strike Gundam, which I've mentioned multiple times throughout this review. So what that means is I can only assume because I don't have it handy right now, that this can attach onto this Strike Gundam. And also, we do have some of the armor parts from the Lightning Gundam left over on the runners. But instead of being in that kind of purple color, this time it's in white. So there might be potential for a custom inside of this box. So anyway, there is finally the Eclipse, all loaded up with that Raijin pack. And I have to say, this is the first time in a long time I've been struggling to get a kit into frame. This thing is absolutely massive. One thing the images never did justice for this particular striker pack is just how colossal a pack it actually is. Let's see if I can just pop him off there. This weighs an absolute ton. This thing is ridiculously gorgeous. The colors go really well with it. They'd probably go even better with the standard Eclipse, to be honest, because the actual color up here is blue, not purple like that. So it'll be slightly different if you buy the two kits separately, that option. We do have that blinding yellow. Now, I thought that blinding yellow would be worse than it actually is. Most of it is actually kind of recessed into different areas, so that's not so bad. But I will mention, the camera cannot pick it up at all. It's looking kind of greeny. It's looking a little bit blown out because it is just absolutely ridiculous. Let's check and see, can that actually glow under black light? Check it. That looks like it most certainly will. Again, will not pick up on camera. This is not a true black light either. If I darken that a little bit, does it glow? Yeah, in person, that definitely glows like neon yellow should. I'll also mention the articulation on this is quite nice. It has multiple points of actually being able to move the little wings, like there. This one right here is very robust. It can move the entire cannon and everything round back. So if you want something that looks a little bit more of a kind of less activated kind of pose out of this, you can actually pull that all back behind the Eclipse, just like that right there. Again, this is so hard to fit into frame. What an awesome behemoth. So once again, just like the last Eclipse, especially when you threw on the maneuver pack, looks so ridiculous. This barely even looks like a Bandai kit, let alone a seed design. This is over the top, especially with the wings down like this. This is looking incredible. There's something so dragon or dragoony about this right here. The lengthened head with that big old sensor up front, the large wings, the unique shaped legs. This is ridiculous. This is one of the most eye-candy looking kits I have ever seen. And keep in mind, this has not been panel lined, this has not been painted, this has not had the decals added. This is so over the top. I adore the Eclipse design, and this one, by adapting in similar colors in the backpack compared to the maneuver pack, just looks outstanding. I am floored. So just like we would have seen with the original version of the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam, this has that full transformation to what can only be described as space race car, based off of this particular anime race car. So this right here is an incredibly complex transformation, but it is designed so well. So nothing here is loose or funky or anything like that, so you can work through it. And even though it is complex with a lot of sliding and moving parts, especially in the lower leg, shoulders, body, pretty much all over the place, it still just works. It works perfectly. Now, I will mention this is based off the Freedom 2.0, so always modify those hips, either by slightly making the hip peg a little bit thinner by sanding it, or make the inside of where the hip peg goes, sand the inside of that and just make it a little bit looser. Otherwise, you're at risk of breaking them. But on the whole, this is a great transformation and looks ridiculously over the top. Oh, and if you want to see what this looks like with different striker packs, because yes, it can use different striker packs while in this mode, then you can check out my full Eclipse video. But for now, we're going to see what this looks like with the Raijin Striker attached. So in order to use the Raijin Striker with this when it's in its flight form, well, you actually need to transform it back into its original form, which I guess is its flight form too. So that means you just have to move the wings, get the cannons round to the bottom again, and pop that big old neon V-fin right back onto the front of it. So when it comes to actually combining this transformed Striker pack onto the transformed Eclipse Gundam, this is actually a little bit on the difficult side, mainly because there is so many angles and points and bits and pieces that can get untransformed all over the place while you're trying to attach them together. That isn't really the most awkward part. Neither is lining up all the parts afterwards to make sure all the wings, all the bits, all the everything is pointing in the right direction and parallel with each other in the way that you want them to be. No, the most difficult aspect about this is there's a reason there's 2 display stands included. And that is because, just like we would have seen with the high-grade Nightingale oh so long ago, that actually required 2, not just the 1 usual display stand to get it up in the air. That is exactly what is going on here too. This needs 2 display stands, 2 master grade 1/100 sized display stands to hold it up. So one of them attaches into the actual mobile suit, one attaches into the backpack part, the adapter that plugs into the back on the backpack or the striker pack. So that does mean you need to set up the 2 action bases like what you're seeing right here. One in the front to hold onto the mobile suit, one in the back to hold onto the striker pack. Getting this all lined up and getting the right length on both of the stands, all of that can be a little bit on the difficult side, but once you do actually get it up there, it is so worth it. This is ridiculous. This might be one of the most over-the-top flight forms I have ever seen. This looks like a flying mobile fortress. This is so cool. Massive beam cannons on the side. The way that big neon V-fin is kind of flipped over the head rig like an almost kind of sensor, which I assume that it is. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. I have never seen a flight form like this. I said it before with the other version of the Eclipse that I can't decide whether to display this in the transformed mode or the non-transform mode, because this is one of the coolest transforming Gundams around. Anyway, as for the verdict, when it came to the Master Grade Eclipse Gundam, I gave that kit Gundarium tier. Now, when it comes to Gundarium tier, it means they're more than just a 5 out of 5 perfect Gundam. It means they do something so special you need to build them. They need to build kits. And that was the same with the Eclipse. So much detail, detail on detail on detail, a perfect Master Grade, and a transformation that was ridiculously impressive. The same goes here. It's exactly the same as before, but this striker pack has been designed so nicely in with this particular design. It looks so cool on its back in mobile suit mode, like some kind of mecha dragon or dragoon. And when it's transformed, it all blends in together perfectly with the shape of that transformed Eclipse. It just looks so good. They work so well together, and they are awesome looking. Once again, this is straight out of box build and looks impressive. This is a kit you need, so I highly recommend it. If you can get it, get it. I got mine through BUYEE. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more gunpla reviews, and I will see you next time. As always, I can't end this video without thanking each and every one of you guys who watches my videos. And of course, special thanks to those of you who are supporting me on Patreon and the channel members here, including Tin Soldier YT, Caleb Engelhardt, Joe, Golel Rockstar, Lauren Seahack, or G59061, and Van Fawn.